Hi there, welcome to this week's video. Last week we talked about green flags, and today we are going darker. We're talking about red flags. So if you haven't seen last week's video, make sure you check it out. Now to the red flag. The very first red flag is love bombing. Now you should read up on this if you are not familiar with the term love bombing, or if you're not sure if you're with a love bomber or not. Just Google it, and you see signs that will help you to identify if you're dating a love bomber or not. I've talked about it in previous video before. I've shared a video on my experience with a love bomber, and I've shared some signs to know you're in a toxic or you are dating a love bomber. Meet a few days is already talking about getting married, having kids. They shower you with expensive gifts, things that are really worthy. They give it to you very early into knowing each other. They are always future oriented, talking about the future, whatever. They are narcissists, they are gaslighters. At the beginning, you might not see all the signs, you might not see the negative of these signs, but as time goes on, that is when the negative aspects start coming out. So it's really dangerous that everyone should try and educate themselves more about it, because it will help you to be able to differentiate and identify who is a love bomber, who is not a love bomber. And sometimes it's not even intentional. The guys don't even know they are doing it. It's just part of a trauma response. So make sure you read up on that, and I'll link those videos. So if you're interested in that, check that out. The next red flag is someone who always deviates from their mistakes, or who doesn't apologize for their mistakes, who doesn't own up to their shit. No, like if you complain about something, they'll always find a reason to blame somebody else. They'll find a way to twist it on you. "Oh, it's because you didn't do this. I told you to do this. You didn't do it." They will always deflect and never take accountability. That is a big red flag. That is someone who is a narcissist, who only cares about themselves and who never thinks that they can do anything wrong. They are always going to be right, and someone else is always the problem, or something is wrong with someone else. So you should avoid people like that. If you see, if you start noticing things like that, that's a big red flag. Like, you should never be in a relationship with that, because you'll never feel heard. Their opinions are going to be the only thing that matters. So that's a red flag. This red flag is someone that lies a lot. Even if you don't have proof that they're lying, or your gut instinct tells you that you can't trust them, I think that's a red flag, because most of us, we really have natural instincts, and sometimes we like to ignore it. But to be honest, it tells us a lot, so we should listen more to our instinct. If you're with your partner and it tells you, okay, I'm going somewhere, and you don't trust them, that's an issue. If you cannot trust the person you're with, it's either that person has a long history that makes you doubt them, or makes you not believe what they're saying, and that's a red flag. Or it might be your own problem, it might just be you, based on your past relationship, based on trauma. So you need to differentiate, why are you not trusting the person you're with? Is it because of your own issues, or everything is right with you, you know you're okay in the head, but you don't just trust the person? Especially when you become a detective, when you start taking their phone, trying to search what they are doing, trying to prove yourself right, that you know what, like, that's so much energy to waste. The next red flag, I highlighted it a little in my green flag videos, and the red flag is someone who tries to make you compromise on your values, or tries to break your boundary. You've told them, I don't want this, I'm not comfortable with this. If you do this, I'm gone. But they'll still find a way to try to push you, because they know you are not going to leave. So they break your values. When you tell them, I don't want this, they will find a way to manipulate you into doing what they want you to do, or doing something that you told them you don't want to do, and they'll find a way to prove themselves wrong, right? Next red flag for me personally is attention seeking. I can't be with someone I believe is attention seeking. There are different levels to it. If you're in a relationship with someone who loves PDA, and you feel more loved in your relationship when you're outside, when you're in company of people, that's a red flag. If you don't even feel that amount of love when you're in private, or anytime you go out on social media, the person is going to post you, to hype you, the person is just using you to make others jealous, basically. That's a red flag. If you cannot even feel that peace and security in your private times, or whenever you're with people, they do the most, they want to show everybody I'm with her, that's a red flag, honestly. And even if it's not about you or your relationship, they themselves, if they're the kind of person that seeks attention for themselves, the way they use social media, posting things that are unnecessary or posting things to show off, to make themselves feel good. To me personally, is a turn off. I'm trying not to make this about my preference, but if you notice that the person with loves attention, they always want validation from other people. That's a red flag. And the next red flag is when there is no healthy conflict resolutions. You guys don't see when there's an argument, you cannot sit down and have a conversation. Both parties are always going to go off. Nobody is ready to apologize first. Everybody's trying to prove themselves right. Nobody is ready to bow down and say, okay, yeah, right. I see where you're coming from. That's not what I thought, but this is what I thought. If you cannot even have a healthy resolution, that might be a red flag. If you can go a week, 2 weeks without communicating because you are mad at each other. And it goes into something I mentioned in that video about dating someone, a guy that likes you more than you like him. Because fighting for 2 weeks or more than that is easy when both of you don't even send each other. Nobody really cares or likes the other person. But if there's someone, if you both like each other, especially if he likes you more, there's men like to lead, so they'll always find a way to try to make things fine and try to settle things. Or if you're with someone that's trying to make you jealous because you guys are having a conflict, that's a red flag, obviously. Or if they're abusive, if they say words that should not even be said, that you can't even say to someone you don't like, they say it to you because you're having an argument, or they're physically abusive. You already know you're in an abusive relationship, and that's a red flag. I don't need to talk too much on that. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. And if you haven't seen the last video on the green flags that you should check out this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.